slowly gaining on this. I have my doors mounted now. I do a little bit of trimming. But anyway, I think it looks good with the doors being in the brown, the same color as the inside. It kind of gives it an accent. And I use these hinges. They work very well because you can tuck them back into your groove that you make, and then it attaches on the back side. I do have my knob in now. Kind of squeaky. I might have to oil it. Works very well. So what I need to do now is I need to mount these on here, and I'm going to do 2 of these on each one of these doors. I like these better than the magnets because the magnets, if a bird would fly and bump into the door, there's a chance the magnet would come off. These will not. So the problem is this needs to be mounted in here like this. So I have to have a little block of wood right here that is screwed in. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm cutting a bunch of 3-inch blocks of wood. I'll need them for these doors, those doors, all these doors on the bottom, so I'm going to do them all at once. And this kind of stuff just takes time. Hinges went in nice, but I am slowly getting the doors put on and all the hinges. It takes time. And this is just one of the things you run into is put all these hinges on and it doesn't close because the thickness of, I didn't allow for the thickness of this part of this hinge. So now it hit there. So what I did was I drew a line on top of there with a pencil, and I scored this with a razor blade so I don't chip paint. And then I pulled the pocket jig screws out, and then I will work this out of there slowly, run it through a table saw, and get rid of this line, and then put it back in. So that's what I'm doing now. Okay, I have all the hinges and the knobs and the closers on and the doors, and it just always helps it so much when you do that. It just makes it look so good when you get them on there. Make sure you measure everything so it's exact and so that everything matches. I need to clean up around the base of the legs a little bit where the paint has stuck to the plastic. I have a few little places where I need to touch up some paint, but everything looks good at putting them doors. And the idea is that I can drop these doors, this one here, this long one, and that one, and then I can fold it down in order to get the bedding out, and it'll pull out there. And what I'm going to use for bedding is just white butcher paper. I've done a lot of reading. They don't recommend wood chips. They don't recommend corn cobs. They don't recommend most of it. But they do recommend paper, and just regular paper with no dye in it. And butcher paper will work, and you can get a real big roll for cheap. So I will just be sliding that in, and that'll be the bedding, and then just slide it out and move new ones in. I have some large sticks to put in there. And I need to order waterers and stuff like that yet, so I think it's looking really good. I received my wire today. This is 4-foot wide hardware cloth that is actually 1/2 inch squares, and they call it hardware cloth, but it's actually wire. And so what I did was, these are 1/2 inch squares, and I measured it 1 inch past the edge on both sides, and then I'll keep a true line. I'm going to put this on the back side so you can't see the seam from the front, and then also I'm going to be hanging burlap on the inside, so it gives me a little room between them so they don't catch. And so what I did was put some clamps up here. I'm going 2 inches above. I need to come down just a little bit on that one and try to keep it even, and I'll just start stapling, keep it tight. And since it's 48 inches wide, I don't have to cut it on the bottom to put it on there. I'll do both of these back sides like that, but the front panel will be put on from the inside, and as well the doors, so you can't see this seam up here. I also will be putting it on top, and I'll just put it on from the top and staple it on, which will be a little bit of a challenge, not much room up there. So I'm going to keep working on this. Okay, I got all the wire on, kind of getting the thing together now. Looks really, really good. And what I have done here is I put some hooks up in on 4 of them on this side and 4 on the other side, and then I bought this burlap at Walmart. They had brown and they had green. It's the right width, and then I bought enough length to just wrap around there. It's going to work well, and when I need to change it, if it gets dirty, I can grab some of them grabbers and unhook that end, unhook these, just pull it out and buy a new one because it's really cheap. So that's what I'm going to back it with. I think it looks really, really good being backed that way. And what I'm doing with these with my perches is I am drilling into them with the drill, and I'm going to lag them in. I'm not going to use zip ties or wire because it just looks tacky. And that's what I did down there. It was kind of hard to get to, but I went ahead and put a lag in straight in so that branch is solid. And I just finished doing this one, and as you can see, I put a lag in right there. It goes through that into the tree, so it is solid and it really can't go anywhere. So that's what I've done so far. It's coming along real well. I did have these feed dishes around for treats. I need to order, I guess I did. I ordered a waterer, I ordered various toys to go in there, and some swing perches and stuff like that. So give them a lot of toys and a lot of stuff to do. So I got a ways to go, but it's coming right along. I think it looks really good in this corner. I'm just going to keep adding to this as I move forward. But this is what I've got done so far. I think it looks very, very good. And I will add more to this later. Okay, it's doing pretty good. I did go ahead and add the greenery in there, which are artificial. That way you don't have to worry about them being toxic to the birds or anything. I have my perches. I have a couple of treat dishes in there. I still need to get my waterer, which has been ordered. I have various toys I'm going to put in there, which have also been ordered. And also the butcher paper for the bedding that I'm going to put down on the bottom. I need to get it. I have it ordered also. So it's coming along pretty good. I think it looks real well. I'm not going to continue to keep that light on there. That's just it's just a fluorescent light that I had around. I'm going to order the bulbs similar to the one that I put on upstairs that are for birds, for pet birds that do have UV, and they're actually made for that, and they're a lower profile, so they'll lay on there. I'm not going to have it lit up real bright though. I want to have it kind of subdued a little bit. So I think it looks pretty good. I think it's a nice looking flight cage, and I will add more to this as more of my supplies arrive.
Yep.
Okay. Hopefully they don't fly out of the box. Come on, let me stick. Okay, let's have my hand the whole time. That's pretty cool. That's a light blue one. There is a yellow. There's one in the box. I caught the dumb ones. All the smart ones are left. There's the green one. Like 2 green ones. I really like those. And there is a dark blue one. I don't think they're going to be able to get up to the top of the cage. Are they?
Yeah, we're going to find that ladder.
And there is a light blue one. Take them a while. One more. And a 7. Come on, little guy. I know you're the smartest one. There's nobody to catch you. There is another blue one. So there's 7 of them. And there they are. They're doing really well. Their wings had been clipped, and I'm not going to keep them clipped. And so I did pick up a ladder and put it in there, so they'll find their way around. And so I went ahead and moved the water down low, and since they're new, I did put some food in a dish there for them. So anyway, my new budgies are looking really good. I have 7 of them, and this is their new flight cage. I think it turned out really well. It's going to be very enjoyable. This is Studnick Aquatics, and thanks for watching.